The Queen's statement ends with Harry and Meghan will always be much-loved family members. Many questioning whether it's enough to end this crisis. I think here. In just 60 seconds, why some states are now struggling to fill vaccine appointments and the important change about lung cancer.
And yes, I'm going to start with the AFB project payment. You know how waiting for that for months and months. We finally got our check. We got our $2,000 check for that. And that is hands of Mike Martino, and hopefully that is in the bank for us now. So I do want to thank some people who really helped. Bill Kaufman, he was instrumental in getting us some final information of doing that. Brittany Morowick helped put it on the web, on our website. But really, John Ferguson is the one that really made this all happen. I did some of the work, but there's no way I could have finished this without help. I can't tell you how many times I called him up to say, hey, I can't do this, or how do we do that? And he really helped me. We had to meet a few times together and try to figure it out to put it in the format the state wanted, Ag and Markets wanted, but we did. And I want to thank all of you. In fact, I would like to ask the club to reimburse John for, he went way above and beyond what I would have expected for any of us to do. And I would like to give him a little token of our appreciation. I'd like to take $100 of that check and direct that to John for all of the above and beyond work that he did. So I guess, I don't know if, who knows? I don't know if I can make that motion, but I'd certainly like someone to either second it or make the motion or whatever. Certainly that project wouldn't have been completed in the time that we were given without John's help. He really saved the day there. So that's my proposal to the club, that John be given that little award, I guess. So I know you're all muted, so I can't hear anything you're saying. I'll tell you what, if anybody has an issue, anybody in favor, show me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever you want to do. It doesn't make any difference to me. One way or the other, show me something. All right, keep going. All right, good. All right, so it looks like it's, I don't have everybody's picture, but I'm going to say we have more thumbs than anything. So, all right, so I will talk to Mike about that. Moving on to other things, the Urban Flower Festival that we usually have in June has been postponed till September. They anticipate being able to open in some fashion in September, and we'll have more information as they go on. As far as I know, from what I've heard from John, that the Cooperative Extension is still closed to that big groups, and we'll have to talk about that as we go on tonight.
Yeah, Kenneth, this is Bonnie. Can I update you on the Urban Flower?
Sure.
Yeah, so they did have a meeting, and they surveyed the vendors, and I don't even think they're going to hold it in September.
No.
We think we're going to hold off till next year. They just feel that other people are committed to other events, and it wouldn't be worth their effort. But I'll wait, Holly, I got a small email from Holly about that, but I'll have her reach out to you directly and let you know officially about that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay. Another thing, here's something that the EPA, I don't know if everybody knows this, the EPA has changed the restrictions for oxalic acid use. You can now, well, you can't use it. The EPA says you can use it with Honey Supers On. That's a new change. However, New York State has not changed its labeling requirements. So legally, you cannot use it with Honey Supers On. However, the EPA says that you can. So go by the law. Don't listen to anybody else. You know that the law is the way it goes. So there it is. Another conference that you may or may not have heard about, the Eastern Apicultural Society conference they have every year in different states. Well, this year, last year they didn't have it, of course, because of the pandemic, but this year they're going to have it in Kentucky in August. They're only allowing 300 people to come there in person. However, by August, I expect that to be lengthened into a bigger number. But right now it's only 300. If anybody has been to the EAS conference, you know how unbelievable they are as far as being all bee-centered, honeybee centered. 5 days of different courses and lectures and whatnot. This one is going to be modified somewhat. They'll have more information. I don't know even the contents of it very well. They're going to have more information in May when they open up conference attendance. But go from there. Now, there's another thing. Joan Mahoney from Ag and Markets asked our club to join the President's Roundtable, which all the clubs in the New York State area are going to have a discussion, be free to have a discussion, I guess, as far as different topics that we want to bring from our clubs to a more formal setting and have input from other clubs. I guess Joan really wanted it to be more of a forum for communication between her being the New York State apiarist and Ag and Markets and the clubs. She has not had any kind of vehicle to discuss things with clubs in general like that. So we did have one meeting. It was just an introductory meeting. Nothing really was said. I now understand that there's a lot of politics involved with bee meetings and bee clubs and Albany and the Empire State honey producers. So I am not the best person to talk about that, but we'll see where it goes from here, and we'll see where it ends up. I think it's a good idea. I think it has some potential. Certainly, it would be a vehicle for clubs members to bring issues to Ag and Markets and the state level, and that would be a welcome change in what we've been able to do before. I encourage everybody to join the inspection list, to have your bees inspected, and to really take that for, there's the Bee Wellness Survey, Pat Bono's group. So look at that as well. Winter surveys. Hopefully with this change in the weather, either today or the next few days, you're going to be able to get out and take a look at your bees. I just started that today and was pleasantly surprised. 5 out of 6 that I was able to get to were still alive. Reports at the state level indicate, that roundtable club presidents were talking about heavy losses this winter. I don't know what that means, but they were talking 50% or more. So we'll see. I haven't heard kind of results from you guys. It's a little early. Had the greatest kind of weather to be checking bees, but the next few days will be very good for checking bees. So I encourage everybody to get out if you can get to your bees. I know in my area, there's still quite a bit of snow and it's hard to get in and out. So it looks, just by the looks, we have some people that are new to the club, perhaps even some students. And so I want to welcome everybody, new and old or whoever, to the the club. We normally meet in person at the Cooperative Extension. This is, as many things are in the last year or two, we've had to do what we can. And certainly this is not our preference, but it is what it is, and it's what we have to live with for the time being. So welcome, everybody. We're going to have a new beekeeper class. We went over and over this. We didn't know if we could do it, or we didn't know if we could do it in the manner that we would want to do it. We've had great success in years past doing it, but that was in person where we could actually interact with students and still carry on and provide them the basic information that we wanted. However, we're still going to do it. We've got it lined up for April 3rd. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in person. We'll have to do it. I don't know if you call it, I don't know, what do you call it, John? It's not Zoom. Is it Zoom?
It's Zoom.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Zoom. It's Zoom. So we'll make it, it'll be good. I think that, we have good speakers and, they're club members and we know what they've done it before. And so I think our enthusiasm is there. The only thing is we don't have that interaction, that personal interaction as easy as we would have it if it's in person, but we'll make it work. It'll work out fine. So I encourage everyone to participate if they want to, if they can make it, good. One of the important parts was just the round table that we do, just to get a variation of answers. As we all know, in beekeeping, there is no one answer for any observation or for any problem. There's a number of ways to go. So, but I'll let John talk a little bit more about how that's going to be set up. John, if you want to talk about that.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. You talked about, we could go out and check our bees now. What do we want to do and what don't we want to do, Ken, when we check our bees?
Well, right now you want to see if they're alive. So, if you're looking at your bees and you see dead bees out front, that's actually a good sign. The snow should be splotched with beige or brown markings. Those are feces. Bees don't poop in the hive. They always poop outside. So some of the bees have not been able to get outside for some months, and they take advantage of it in this kind of weather. So if you see bees on the snow, you see bees flying, that's good. If there's no bees flying, you don't know. They could be still alive. Some bees fly quicker than others. Some hives are a little different. I had one hive that wasn't flying at all, but I popped the lid and there they were right on under the inner cover. And if it's 50 degrees or warmer, sunny day, I was out, it was 45, but there was no wind and it was sunny. It was very pleasant out there. So you can pop the lid, take a look. You may even be able to look down through the inner cover hole and see if there's any movement, anything's moving around. If you have a suspicion that they are light on stores, you can pop that inner cover and see, or pick up the hive if you can, the back corner of the hive, see if it feels heavy to you. We're still not out of the woods. So just because your hive is alive now doesn't necessarily mean it'll be alive at the end of April. So check your bees, and if you need to feed them, I always use just granulated sugar on a piece of newspaper under the inner cover. That's just some insurance that allows the bees to use it if they need it. All the bees that I checked, they seem to have sufficient honey, but I still put sugar on just to make sure, because this warm weather is only going to last for 3 days or so, 4 days, and then it's going to turn a little bit colder. Hopefully over the next week or two, it'll start to turn around and be a little consistently warm. But for right now, we don't have anything. I don't think I would try to feed pollen now. I think it's a little too early to feel. I toyed with the idea of putting a pollen feeder out, but I didn't, just because it's too early. And if they build up too fast and then there's some cold stretches here in April, then we might be in trouble. So other people may have other feelings on that, but I thought it was a little too early. I'd wait till the the first part of April to see what we have as far as if you wanted to feed pollen. Now, the only real reason to feed pollen is if you want to build up your bee numbers. If you're making nukes, or if you're doing something else, if you want to split your hives early or whatever. If you're just a beekeeper that wants to keep their hives as is or whatever, I wouldn't feed pollen. I'd wait for the natural pollen to come up. But if you need many bees for in a short period of time, then you would consider feeding a pollen substitute in the earlier part of the year. But that's just my 2 cents on that. Any
Don't feed them
questions?
sugar water yet either, right?
No, well, you could, but I think the sugar water you run into is cold weather.
Right.
And if that sugar water gets cool, bees can't use it. So they'll sit there and it'll sit there and it won't be used at all. And I would say the granulated sugar is easier, number one, and it's in a form that the bees can take. If you put it over the top bars and that top brood chamber, the warm air will come up and it'll be a moist environment, and they will be able to suck that sugar solution right off the sugar crystals and be able to use it. And if you get a 45-degree day, they can move around enough. The bees, there would be flying quite heavily today when I was out. So I think that they're going to be able to utilize that sugar if they need it. So, okay. Anything else there, John?
No, I just wanted, some people think it's good time to tear apart the hive and start opening up the frames, but
Well,
no, don't do
We're
that.
all anxious to do it,
Oh, yeah.
but it's too early. I mean, just popping the top, that inner cover is, if the weather isn't quite right, can still cause a little bit of concern, but the next few days should be fine. If you get above 50, 55, 60 degrees, they should be fine. I wouldn't take frames out though.
No.
I wouldn't be doing that, but at least looking at them from the top, yeah, it'd be good.
I tap them with a hammer, listen, and then I can hear the hive in there, or I'll take the cover off, then look in the hole. And if I see any bees, that's fine. If it's light, I'll put a half sheet of newspaper. I'll open up the inner cover, have a half sheet of newspaper, put sugar on them, and close everything up quick, because it takes
Well, I
an
know
awful
that-
lot to heat the hive.
Right, I know Bill uses his thermal camera or a stethoscope even. And when it's cold out, you could certainly do that. When it's warmer, it's nice to pop the top and just take a look and make sure that their numbers are there and they look okay. But so far, things look pretty good for me. We'll see though. I'm not even halfway through yet, so things can happen. What else, John? You want to talk more about?
Okay, let's go. My turn. Yes, we got a beekeeper course for beginners, and we've been doing pretty good, but we've got a lot of room on this one. In the past, we've worried about filling up the room and have the fire inspector throw us out. Well, with the Zoom meeting, we got all the room possible, and we're still going to give away a hive. So it's a win-win situation. I've got all the classes, all the presenters there. Excuse me, I'm admitting people too. All the people are covered. And just to go through what we're going to cover is the biology of a bee, honeybee, the personal protection, the 4 Ps that Ken's going to do, the bee plants, setting up your first hive, setting up your first bees, winterizing your hive, and making plans for the second year. Then Ken's going to discuss the summer field training program. Hopefully we'll have it going by then. But it'll be a day that'll be fun. So we'll try to make it condensed and we'll give breaks for wiping your eyes and getting away from Zoom for 5-6 minutes, then back to the next session. The next thing I'd like to talk about is Google Groups, Yahoo Groups. Dwayne had it going real good. We had almost 400 members. Yahoo thought they'd save some money and get rid of that. Now, Bill has started with Dwayne a Yahoo group, and you got to join. There's on our website, Bill has got a nice little how-to video, how to sign on to the Google groups. When swarms start coming, or there's this and somebody's got this for sale, or who's got nukes, communications is there. You can post that there and it'll be sent out to all the groups. So please use it. Communications is very important. So that's about all I've got, Ken.
Okay.
On
And
that.
I know that I talked to Jimmy. Jimmy, are you still on? Jimmy, he was here.
Jimmy's
Yeah,
on.
Jimmy's here. Now, anybody, if you're looking for bees, if you're looking for, I don't know, besides Jimmy, who we have right here on tonight, but
There
Jimmy,
should
I
be a
don't-
list on, there should be a list on the website too of,
okay,
of people who are selling nukes.
okay,
Uh,
okay. But the important part is, if you think you need bees or you want bees, then get on the list early, because most bee suppliers, at least in our area, run out before the demand is gone. So I would encourage everybody to get on the list as early as you can. And so take a look, see what you need, and take a look at that list. I know Jimmy's on the list. I don't know who else from the club might be on it, but there might be a couple more.
Hey,
So-
what, can anybody hear me?
I can hear you, Bob.
Okay, I'm just wondering, I missed the part, I'm sorry about it. I missed the part of where to put this list because I'm gonna have bees available.
Okay,
I'm gonna have both southern and northern bees available. So the end of April and then throughout the month of May, like everybody else.
so Jimmy, how do you get on that list?
I want to say he's on there already, but I will double check. Just email my wife or me, and I'll get him on there.
Okay,
And how do I get your email? Is it on the Facebook group?
Yeah, that, or if you want to just, you could, I think we're friends on Facebook, Bob. You could just give me your info through
Okay.
Messenger,
All
I'll
right,
get
that
it.
sounds good.
and then I'll get it done for you.
All right, thanks.
all right, so if you need bees, look on the website and look at your bees as soon as you can, see what you've got, see what you need to do. And, all right. John, what else? Do you have other things?
No, that's it. I mean, lost you somehow here.
How do we sign up for the class?
There you go.
Thank you. You're going to sign up by the class, go to our website, Mid-York Beekeepers. .com. And
That's
then
New York
Google search for
Beekeepers?
that. And then you go to new beekeepers class. And you can just follow the instructions there, sign up right online, and then you could pay me by PayPal or send me a check.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Thank you, Bill.
John, I
Thank
think you were saying Mid-York. You're asking if it was New York. It's
New
Mid-York,
Mid-York.
MidYorkBeekeepers.com.
And
Thank you.
Bill's gonna use two hands and go and put it in the chat. And you'll be able to see it right there and click on it and go, or copy it and send it to yourself.
Thank you.
That's what that is. That's a chat.
And remember too, we're still envisioning to have the field training program for the summer as soon as we are able to. And I don't think it'll start much before June, but with the rapid increase in vaccines, we might be able to pull off this field training program like we had envisioned. Taking students through the year, actually working bees on the cooperative extension site. So that's still very much in play. And I'd like to say that we can do that, although I don't have the official word yet, but I envision it being a possibility, a good possibility. So perhaps any students that do the new beekeeper course, we'll talk about it more in April, but that would be a way to further their hands-on experience with bees. And hopefully we can get that going like we envisioned in the year past, but there we go. Okay,
Hey, Ken,
yeah,
can I interrupt real quick? My wife just said that she's gonna put a link on the website. So if anybody wants to sell nukes, you'll be able to do it right through the website. Just give her, she's gonna try to do it tomorrow, so give her a day,
great,
okay?
good, super, okay. And so if people call you, and I know people call all the time for different issues, just direct them to that website and go from there. And I know that some of our new beekeepers, maybe the Hamilton group there, Clara, you're there, right? Who else is Hamilton? Eva, you are? Elena? Good, okay. We've got some people from Hamilton College that are new beekeepers or want to be beekeepers or are beekeepers, but want a little more support. And they are welcome, surely. And really, I think it was Clara, you got a hold of me before. And so don't hesitate. If you guys have any questions or once you see, that's the trouble with not being able to meet in person. It's hard to develop a relationship that way. But anyway, if you do the new beekeeper class, you're gonna know some of the old timers. I say the old timers, the more experienced beekeepers. And certainly they are available. We're all available pretty much anytime for questions and support. And, I mean, I don't know where you guys are. I assume you're in the Hamilton area, but, and that's a ways from where I am, unfortunately, but we do have people that are spread out that way. So certainly we can hopefully mix you in with some more experienced beekeepers if you need that, and we'll go from there. But don't hesitate to reach out and talk to people and ask questions, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Ken,
Okay. Yeah,
Hamilton is in Clinton and Colgate is in Hamilton.
oops. All right, well, so much for that. You can tell I'm not from over there, aren't you? Wait a minute. Yes, you're right. So Hamilton College is where?
Clinton.
Clinton.
Clinton. There's not much in Clinton, is there? No, I didn't
Don't
think
tell
so.
her that. Yeah.
She already knows. Okay,
Ain't much in
Alright.
Colgate either.
yeah. All right, well, there, I've already screwed that up, but don't hesitate. I'll make it better next time.
We don't take it personally.
Okay, good, thank you.
Another thing too, Ken, is last year's class, at the last minute, my son invited me to go to Savannah for the weekend, so I missed that course, but I set everything up and took everybody's money and had a good time. One of our students, David Lewis, was in class, and I tapped on his shoulder and I said, "Hey, would you like to cover one of the presentations for this class?" So he stepped forward, and Dave has got the winter scene in back of him there. Hopefully that changes tomorrow, Dave. But he's going to do the parts of the beehive. So, and I appreciate that. So we'll have, everything out, and you have what, you have top bar hives too, right?
I have long hives, or Langstroth long hives.
Okay, okay.
Top bars different.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Now, John, I have, because we had to cancel last year, I still have door prizes.
I know.
I don't know how, is there a way to do door prizes in the?
Sure, that's where we figure out Hamilton College is here and Colgate College is here, so.
Well, we're
Sure.
not gonna give Colgate, we won't give them the Colgate, that's.
No,
for sure.
we'll get the door prizes, and then when we have our first live class, we'll give out the door prizes, unless
All
we
right.
can, bother somebody. But the hive itself will be given away that day of the class, and we'll make arrangements to get it delivered or picked up or something, so.
Okay, so the class runs, what's the time of the class?
It'll start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right, okay, and it's an all-day thing.
And again, without people there and lunches and all that stuff, coffee breaks, it'll go quicker.
Are you gonna give
And,
me lunch?
Pardon me?
Do I get lunch?
You'll get lunch.
Okay, good. All right,
Get lunch. Get lunch. Dave will get lunch. Yeah.
okay, good,
Jimmy and I already talked about that. Yes. Now,
excellent.
going back, it's about time to say, in the good old days, when you and I first started going to the class here, there were 6 to 8 people every month that would go to the meetings. When we had our last live meeting, we had 63 people there. So it has
yeah.
grown. And
Yeah,
because of the B courses, it's really, really jumped up nice. So
Good. Clara, can you tell us about the Hamilton College Bee Club?
Sure. Yeah. It's the Hamilton College Beekeeping Club. I have been a part of it for the last 2 years. So I'm not super experienced. It's kind of a funny thing because we have some pretty well established hives, but the turnover for students is pretty quick. So there's not a lot of continuity in terms of like who takes care of the hives and sort of what the protocols for that are. So we're hoping to get something a little bit more established this year with the new beekeepers class, and we're looking to get a new hive. But we had 2 active hives this fall. We haven't checked. I'm planning on going out to check them tomorrow. So we may have fewer active hives come tomorrow. But
It's
yeah,
possible. Okay, so do students come from a variety of backgrounds, I assume? Some have beekeeping experience, some do not?
yeah. As far as I know, nobody in the club right now had beekeeping experience before starting school here. So
Okay,
we're all very new to this, me
Okay.
included.
okay, good, good. But no, there's no faculty or anything no advisor that you're involved with?
I know in the past, one of the, I think, bio professors was doing research with the bees. And so they were partially involved with that. But
Okay.
I think they might have been on sabbatical last year and sort of haven't been involved since I've
Yeah,
been involved with the
yeah,
club.
okay.
So,
Okay, good. All right, well, I can see some possibilities there for a stronger relationship with either the club or an individual to help you, as you say, the turnover with students is probably pretty great. Yeah, okay, well, good. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
thank
And
you. We're excited to be here.
take
I
a
said-
lot of pictures of your hive and what it
Yeah.
is and how it does things. Because then if you have a problem, you say, it's doing this, you can send pictures to everybody in the club or post them and say, I'm having a problem with this. What should I do? And it's nice because we can look at the hive with you. So
Well, remember, any question you have is one that we've had too. So
several times.
don't hesitate to, everybody has a different perspective, so that's good. So just ask away. All right, I don't have anything else, I don't think. If anybody has any questions about any of the oxalic acid or other treatments, I would encourage you all to look at the Honeybee Health Coalition website. And they have a protocol for using treatments, especially this early. And go from there. All right, so I don't,
One other thing, Ken,
Okay.
people that missed our last meeting, we had Mike Palmer. We recorded that and put it on our website, I'm sorry. So please go to the website, Mid York Beekeepers and .com and look at speakers. And you'll see there's a link to a YouTube for Mike Palmer, and he talked for 2.5 hours and answered questions. So, I mean, it's well worth your time. And he's from Vermont. He's not a good old boy from Georgia but he's level-headed and he talks right from the heart. So, nice guy.
good. All right. Does anybody have anything else to talk about tonight?
Yeah, I got
That
one
was-
question, Ken. It's, I remember the last time we spoke, that you made you had an idea of donating some money to Randy Oliver for his research. And I really think that's something that we should pursue. He's going through some health things now, but he does so much research and good things. I think would be a good thing for the club to do.
Are you
Jimmy, I
making a
agree with you. I've
proposal?
always championed Randy Oliver. I've listened to him in person. And I think as far as someone who is working for the beekeeper, he doesn't have any affiliation with any chemical companies or anything like that. The research he does is always grassroots, and he's self-supported. And if we can take some of our funds and forward it to him, I think that's a great idea. I would certainly love to do that.
I don't know how we would be able to do a vote or do we have to wait till we're in person to do that? But, I think it's something that we should move forward with.
I agree.
In front of the club. Especially with the new season starting, he'll need those funds to do whatever tests that he's got to do for the year.
Right. And he's the one that is really looking into the oxalic acid
Yeah, absolutely.
on pads. And I think this year, he's already finalized it. It's got to go through the approval process, the EPA. And
I think that was part of that key with approving with the honey supers.
yeah. So I think that we have him to thank for a new treatment option that seems to be very effective that's coming down the pipe. So I would agree with that we should support him. I don't know how to do it Zoom wise,
I do. If everybody go down with their mouse on the bottom screen, bottom of the screen, you'll see a little toolbar that shows up. On the left-hand side, it says mute, stop video.
Yeah.
Over on
Yeah.
the right-hand side, it says reactions. There's two lines. It says on the bottom line, yes, no, slower, faster. If you want to vote yes, you can press the green, or no, it's the red.
Okay. Jimmy, I see that on mine now. Good.
I read about
So-
that the other day.
So Jimmy's made a motion. I'm going to take it as a motion, Jimmy. A motion to send Randy Oliver some money from the Mid York Beekeeping Club. I guess the question is, do we want to, number one? Number two, what would the amount be? Did you have a number in mind, Jimmy?
I don't know, $500 to 1,000, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I don't really know what would be helpful. And our funds, I think, are pretty healthy.
Why don't we split the difference? 750.
Good with that.
Okay, so Jimmy's motion is that the club support Randy Oliver, the beekeeper in California, for $750. Now, I can tell you financially, that's not a problem for this club. That we certainly have the funds to do that. So I guess, John, you tell us how to do this. We just click on it and do it.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna vote for that motion, yes or no, and I guess you just click like that. I don't know.
From my view, it is clear majority have said yes.
Okay,
I don't know how to vote. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
yeah,
Down the bottom, Bob, there's when you bring your mouse down to the bottom, you can, another toolbar appears. Over on the left-hand side, it says mute, stop video. Over on the right-hand side, it says reactions. If you click on reactions, it'll take you up to the top and you'll have a yes, no vote on the second line.
in
Vote
my.
with either one of those.
Is that the
Orange.
same as a thumbs up?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
thumbs up is, there's one that says yes and yes in that area.
okay,
And how
good.
do I see my vote? I'm sorry to
You-
be so
Look at your screen.
uninformed here.
Okay, well, I'm looking at this and I see of the people who voted, it's overwhelmingly positive. Do you see that, John? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's showing 12 yeses. Instead of yes, you might have a green circle with a check mark.
13, 14, 15. I'm seeing 15 or so anyway. So, all right, I think the motion's carried. I'm going to say the motion's carried. All right, so John, you've been in contact with Randy Oliver recently.
Yep. I'll
Could
have
you-
Mike send out a check.
Yeah, good, okay. All right, there we go. Good. All right. Does anybody have anything else to talk about? Okay. Thank you all for participating tonight. Thank you for your vote. Thank you for the upcoming new beekeeper class. And John, tell me this, if people, the presenters are going to be there for sure, but there's, we always have some people behind the scenes type thing. Are you only allowing the presenters to be in person there, or what do I tell people?
Only presenters. If
Okay.
you're a student, I'm going to show you the door. I got Bonnie Collins on the line, so she'll hear this too. 10 people have been allowed in that class. We
Okay,
got presenters, and then we got people that have to be techie to get the editing and the camera work done.
okay,
A lot of presenters just come in late, leave early once they're done. If we get over 10, somebody comes in there and say, hey, I got to shut you down because there's 13 people in here. That'll make the students very happy. So
okay,
we don't want any problems.
good.
And in the old days, we cut off at 45 people because we could only have 55 in there. And we don't want any problems with cooperative extension. It's a great place to meet. And we enjoy that there because we don't want to get the heave ho. So
Okay.
we will
Okay.
obey.
So what's the
Alright.
count, eligible count for the class? How many?
So far, there's 10 signed up,
And how many are we allowed?
as many as we
Well,
want, because it's Zoom,
limited.
so nobody's going to be there, Bob.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that the Hamilton College people will be back from Florida spring break by then and ready to take more of an interest in honeybee biology, right? Yeah, okay. Anything else?
I have a question. If
Yeah.
this is on Zoom, the class, the beginner class, it's probably going to be recorded. Will it be then made available to people to either purchase to watch all the classes afterwards, maybe at a reduced rate because it's not live?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
Sounds like a good money format.
Well, I
And
mean,
if
once you
the
pay for it-
information's being passed out, why not make it available?
Yeah, I mean, the people who paid for the class should have access. I just don't know how to do that and limit it to just those people. That's the only thing, Bill. Maybe I'll talk to John and Bonnie or whoever and Brittany, and we'll see what's
Our
there.
biggest thing right now, Ken, is to get the class going on Zoom.
Right.
So, and not to cut it up into, here's this, and I paid for the course, what, and then now you're gonna give it free on something. No. So
Yeah,
let's
right.
get the class going free. Bill,
Okay,
nice. I like the idea, Bill. So,
It's a free
Well,
class?
no. But we'll have,
it's a
Resource.
free class. FREE, Bob. It's $35.
it's not free.
No, it's fee.
Yes,
Wow.
no R in it.
Let's choose another word then.
Okay.
It's an income-based
It's
class.
With the raffle, it's a raffle for a hive, okay? And you get a hive, chance for a hive, and you get hours of beekeeper presentation.
Okay,
Entertainment while we're waiting for the raffle to be called.
Right.
right. Anything else?
And if anyone out there that wants to donate, like I made a couple of nukes, donate them or something like that. It's all door prizes to us, so. And we
Oh, I have-
appreciate that in the background, so.
I have a couple questions regarding the facility there. Are there still bees in any of those boxes? And do we have bees inside the building?
Well, no
Anybody
one's
looked at
been
any
in
of that?
Bob, no one's been in the building for several months, so it's hard to say what.
We
bees
haven't
are
been in
allowed.
the building since last March, Bob.
I understand. But are we
Um,
gonna go
They're
look,
alive.
are we gonna go look and see if there's any bees
I'm-
there? or-
I'm in the building next week and I can
Okay.
check and let John know what's going on in there.
I talked to, I can't remember who in the in the cooperative extension. And they told me a few weeks ago that they were alive, so,
I believe they are. You probably talked to Linda
Linda.
Wimmer at the front
yes,
desk,
Linda, yep,
at the front desk.
yep.
I was very surprised if they make it through the year. I don't think we.
Yeah, no, that's why I was
Yeah.
surprised when she said that to me, that they were still alive, so.
Observation hives are hard to keep alive year to year, very hard. But hey,
We may
Let's
be
take-
lucky.
yeah, this will be the year. Good. All right. Any other questions? Any other concerns?
If we find out that they are alive, do we want to apply any labor to help them make it through the rest of the year? Do we
can't
want to
get in the
go
building right
maintain?
now, though, Bob. We can't get in the building. The building is closed.
Bob, I
Well-
think they're on their own for now,
Okay,
just because we don't have the access that we would like, and we just don't have the logistics there. So we'll just have to let them go and see how they do. If they're alive now, maybe they'll stay. Who knows? Okay,
okay with me.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
yep. All right, any other questions? Good. all
Oh,
right.
thank you to Carol for getting out the newsletter and telling about the meeting tonight, so.
Yes, thank you. And hopefully, I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have an in-person meeting in April? I mean, we still got elections to do. So that's still in my mind anyway. So let's hope. Okay, everybody get your shot if you haven't already gotten it, and we'll
I
go
got
from
my
there.
second shot today, so.
Good.
Yay.
Excellent. All right. Were there any other questions? Are we done?
Yep, have a good night.
All right.
So long,
thanks,
everyone.
All
I
right.
know, thank you.
Good night.